Alright, let's begin. Hello, and welcome to DeathMaster's Corpse Corner, with some more Quest for Glory 4. So yeah, last we left off we got another tarot card reading. We heard the Leshy's final riddles, and so he's gone. And, yeah. Oh yeah, and we saved the Rizalka and Piotr, and got some cool sword and shield out of it. So yeah. Or magical shields. And some other stuff. We got the first ritual we need to get. I believe... Yeah, I already went through town and talked to everyone last time. Soul check. Fuck. Let's see. If I can get potions from this guy, then I will have already been through town.
Aha! Eureka! I have it! Just practicing for my next incredible discovery, you understand.
Say hello to the scientist.
Welcome back, my young friend. You really
Yep, we already got everything. Alright, bye.
Say,
be careful. Should you ever visit
Yeah. Well, in that case, do the thing I was going to do. No, not go that way. We need to go in here. Yeah, I know. You are.
place? Very bad place.
you push the Dark One sign into the indentation on the door. It fits perfectly.
So,
You sense a low level of magic all around you, as if many arcane and unpleasant activities had occurred here in the past. The hexapodal wall decoration above the fireplace is actually an enchanted creature, and extremely powerful magic radiates from an object in the display case.
that might have been in reference to the Demovoid, but we already saved him, so...
The window seems to be secured by a bar on the outside, probably because
Alright.
the once fine curtains now look moth-eaten and bone dry. Now they are no more than a fire hazard. It's a six-tentacled, octopus-like creature. I guess you'd call it a hexapod. Unless you like cats, then you might call it a hexapus.
Now, I believe I can kill this thing.
There's no reason to do that. The hexapod isn't even moving. You didn't manage to fetch anything. There's no reason to... Watch where you aim that thing. There's no...
It just still cost me stuff. Oh, I already neutralized it,
This
so...
is a dangerous place. You probably knew that. Handle with care. An incredible sensation of evil emanates from over by the book. That seems like an excellent thing to avoid.
Alright, so yeah. I did do this stuff down here a couple streams back, but then I pretended it didn't happen for purposes of storytelling.
A swirling cloud of undoubtedly poisonous gas surrounds the desk for a few seconds after your spell opens it. Then the cloud subsides. You rifle through the Mad Monk's desk and find the diary of Amontillado. Boy, was this guy wacko. Reading this makes your head hurt. However, it does give you some information about the Dark One rituals. It said something about the first ritual being placed within the Mad Monk's tombstone, there to be forever guarded by followers. The second ritual shall be placed in the Stone of Squids, and revealed only by the light of a dead child's soul. The next ritual shall be placed in the hollow of the Hangman's Tree, and guarded by the spirit of the dead which remains there. The blood ritual shall be concealed magically within the monastery, and only he who willingly seeks dark visions shall find it. The mouth ritual shall be placed in the great arch itself, under the Dark One's sign. And the heart ritual shall be given to someone named Gregor for safekeeping. Now there's another note on this page in another's handwriting. Gregor is missing in the forest and probably dead. Yet where is the heart ritual?
But anyway, let's have a drink.
Huge cask of Amontillado. This is the strongest stuff you've ever tasted, assuming that you're not an aficionado of dragon's bread. Bottoms up.
Well, there's our dark one.
Man, have you got a headache? Fortunately, the Dark One rising seems to have been just a vision, not the reality. Yet. A
And look at
scroll
that.
has formed from the cask's wine droplets. You pick up the rolled paper on the floor. It has a symbol of a drop of blood at the top and the inscription, Ritual of Blood. You can't read any of the other writing on it.
Alright, so. There's one more thing we can do in here. We might have to, it has to be done at night, I think.
The ancient book catches fire
Oh.
instantly and
Never
burns
mind.
far brighter than you would have imagined. You hightail it out of the monastery basement. You retrieve the Dark One sign from the monastery door, then quickly step away before the Hectopus can react.
So yes, we can burn the monastery down.
If Igor get big hero job, can he be pyromaniac too?
Yeah, this is, by the way, a paladin exclusive thing, burning the monastery down.
The monastery is toast.
But yeah, you can only do that once you've done everything you can do in the monastery. Let's see if people have anything to say about that.
What is it this time?
What do you want?
Alright, he doesn't have anything to say about that yet.
Farewell.
But yeah. Now that we know about the rituals, let's go get a couple of them. Oops. So we've been to a hanged man's tree. That's where Baba Yaga lives. Let's go see if we can find out anything about that. Oh, that's my chance. So, yeah, I picked up a spell last time, but I didn't get to show it off. Yes, this spell. So yeah. That is the Void Combat spell. I said last time it's optional. Getting it's optional, but it is useful if you don't want to fight. And yeah, I already got the fruit from the tree. It's way more useful if you're playing an actual, like, wizard as opposed to, like, former wizard, which is what I am, because fighting enemies can be annoying.
Every sense tingles with the feeling of danger. The eye sockets of the...
Hey, if you and Baba got something going on the side that I don't know about... Return of the Red Hot Lovers, eh?
You've seen better trees to climb. After all, you really don't want to end up hanging around here. Searching it, you find a large knothole, but there's not anything inside of it.
If I didn't know you better, I'd be seeing ya.
Alright.
You feel a sense of weariness and more than a little hunger. Baba Yaga speaks out loud.
That's so true. Glue his shoes.
You find your feet stuck again to the floor.
Oh, back so soon, Cookie Face. I hope for your sake you brought us something to eat. After all, there's always room for Hero. Well, it is true that Gru Goo makes a lovely sauce for ice cream sundaes.
So yeah, that's why we needed a second glue thing.
So what do you want for this, Cookie?
So yeah, I don't... Yeah.
You ask Baba Yaga about a Dark One ritual.
So, you heard about that, huh? I found it in the hangman's tree some years ago. You're asking for trouble, I hope you know. Using the ritual for any purpose will only bring you grief. It can be used in either one or two ways. Its main purpose is to bring a Dark One across to this world. However, a very powerful wizard could use it to send the Dark One back to its world. You don't qualify as a very powerful wizard as I see it. Still, you want it, you got it.
You put the ritual away in your pack.
Hero near, out I hear.
No.
Oh, back so soon?
Every
Well, and having you and Baba becoming buddies and all that. Return of the Red... PC.
You've seen better trees to climb.
Don't accidentally end this early.
You find
Well, it is true that Gru... So what?
You asked Baba Yaga about a dark one.
It can be used. You don't. Still, you want it. You
Put the ritual away in your pack.
not too bad. I had wyvern waffles for breakfast, and venom makes a great syrup over waffles. I've heard that you were brought here by those up. Well, they just didn't realize how powerful the dark influences are.
Alright, so yeah, nothing
Here-
new. Anyway, that's it for Baba Yaga.
Can I help you out? Which way did you come in? Be seeing ya.
Yeah, we got everything we can from her, and she'll just kill us from this point onward, so... If, you might be able to give her more goo to, like, keep talking to her, but, like, she, as you can see, she has nothing new after a while, so... Alright. Oh. Get out of here.
There's something strange about this bush.
Yeah, it's a little troublemaker. Bye. Another one. So yeah, you may have noticed it's only when you're standing still, you can't run around invisible. Anyway, time for the next heart. Alright, I need to look at the map for this. Is it south 4 times? So this is right. This is somewhat undetailed. Alright, well, either way. It's the wrong thing. So yes, remember the float spell that I got a long while back and we've never used since? Or glide spell, rather.
As you start to glide, You realize the only way to get back onto the dry areas will be to grab hold of something and pull yourself up.
So yeah, the grass is the safe space. Does the spell wearing off after every use? Eh.
You cast...
No, I did not.
You sense terrible
Ah, here we
danger.
are.
There is a great evil about this place.
So yeah, this is another enemy type I haven't
Cast the reversal spell.
run across yet. The ones that I've been talking about for a while.
Cast...
No, not Aura.
You cast...
Yeah, and these ones actually have their shit reflected. And they also do this, which is... I know how to dispel it as a mage. I don't know what the way to deal with them as well, paladin is. Keep opening the wrong window.
That didn't do it.
Because yeah, they make the screen go black.
That didn't do... That didn't...
Oh, here we are. Chernobyl, aka the corrupted cultists. And yeah, you have to fight two of them.
Your reversal spell is wearing thin.
Of course, they could always just come over and fight us.
Nothing happens when you touch the stone. Your reverse...
Okay, can I just open it then?
This is not your order. This is...
Alright.
The Dark One sign clicks into the depression in the stone. You find that you can now turn the sign like a dial.
Crap. Alright, what's the order? Mouth, bones, blood, breath, sunset, essence. Bones, blood, breath, sense, heart, essence.
Finally, you feel the Dark One sign settle. You pull on it, opening the tomb, and retrieve a damp but readable scroll from its depths. It is the Dark One's bone ritual. You retrieve the Dark One sign from the monolith.
Alright, that's all we need from the swamp. We appear to have been sped up a bit. And I think that's all we can do for now, because everything else has to be done at night. Yeah, let's go see the gatekeeper. We haven't not seen him in a while. Boris.
Good day and welcome back. Have you been enjoying your adventures around here? Good day and welcome back. I am certain you will have many such adventures in Mordavia. You know, it is nice to be able to snuggle with my Olga again on these cold nights. Thank you for getting us back together. The castle is very quiet during the daytime, but I have heard noises and seen lights in the windows at night. The people of the town are frightened peasants. Just because no one has ever seen anyone from the castle during the day, they tell tales of monsters in the night. I have worked as a gatekeeper here for many years. I wear no garlic and fear no vampires. After all, when someone goes looking for trouble, he will always find it. Mordavia has changed little in all the time I have lived here. I have heard the wolves howl at night, but who is to say that they are werewolves? Farewell. May the sun and the moon keep...
Alright. What time is it? I'm not... Maybe I can get 2 readings in one day. Let's find out. Oh, now that he's no longer here, this is a monster zone. Out of here, rabbit.
I have had many dreams about you, but last night I dreamed of a child. Her back was turned from me at first, but she was calling softly for her mama. Then she turned around, and her eyes glowed like fire. She spoke again and called your name. That was all I saw and heard. You will always be welcome here.
Alright.
Forgive me. A reading takes a good deal of me.
Alright, yep, nope.
You hear movement after a few minutes.
Alright. Oh, fuck,
Oh,
right.
you're back. No, it's your front. Take a seat. No, take two. They're small. I got a joke just for you, so don't look so sheepish.
Alright, I forgot he had a going away tour to give us. Ah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all you others. I'd like to say how glad I am to be here. I'd like to say it. Seriously, folks, staying at the Hotel Mordavia has been like staying at a resort. A last resort. My room is so small, the mice are hunchbacked. I couldn't even complain about the room service. There wasn't any to complain about. And the innkeeper's wife really went out of her way to make me feel at home. She ignored me completely. I wasn't feeling well, so I went out to visit the local doctor. You know, Dr. Cranium. He's the guy with the 3 pairs of glasses. One for nearsightedness, one for farsightedness, and one to look for the other 2. I said to the doctor, my heart keeps making a strange noise. It keeps going tick, tick, tick. Aha, said Dr. Cranium. We have ways of making you talk. Next, I went to visit the local store. If you don't know what's up, then you haven't seen their prices lately. And the shopkeeper, what a gossip. She suffers from acute indiscretion. I dislike repeating gossip, but what else can you do with it? And boy, oh boy, the monsters in this place. If I ever come face to face with a revenant, I know what steps I'd take. Long ones. What would I do if ever I saw a necrotor? Hope it didn't see me. Actually, folks, I'm up here for a good reason. A jester's ambition is to be healthy, wealthy, and wisecracking. If it weren't for my friend the hero over there, I couldn't make a hyena laugh. So, when you've lost your wit, broken your funny bone, and none of your puns are fun, it helps to have a hero handy. You know, that reminds me very little of the story about the gravedigger who was so bored, he buried himself in his work. You know, I could tell you some more jokes, but you'd only laugh at them. So long and be good. If you can't be good, then be careful.
The gnome takes a deep bow and gets down off the stage. That's funny, you always thought he got down off a duck. Ha! The townspeople explode into spontaneous applause.
No, you didn't.
Keep smiling. It makes people wonder what you've been up to. So, was that funny, or are you just keeping your mouth shut?
I'm sorry.
The gnome was very odd and said very strange things. Yet Mr. Bones was very funny this time, and I enjoyed listening to him. There will will be no more entertainment acts at this hotel. Understood? At least not until a new, funny entertainment arrives. I think I am sorry to see the strange gnome leave. It was odd being able to laugh again, if only for just a moment.
It's good to have my wit about me again. Nothing worse than someone who can't take a joke or
What?
one that tries to tell one and can't. Before you helped me, when I told a joke, people always clapped their hands. Unfortunately, it was always over their ears. Now, whenever I tell a joke, I get carried away. So I'm leaving before they ride me out of town on a nail. A short joke there.
Why did you become John Rhys Davies there?
Did you hear the one about the dwarf who is so dumb, he always stops to think and then forgets to start again? Everything that's said to him goes in one ear and out the other. There's nothing there to block traffic. I can tell dwarf jokes all day, mainly because there are none around to stop me. In another minute, I'm gonna say my bye-bye and fly. I'm going south for the winter, down where the nights are balmy, and so am I. Heading for Silmaria, land of winter waterland, where there's no snow nor cold wind to blow. Up here, the winter is so cold, even the wind howls about it.
There. He does not, in fact, show up. They try.
Your voice is lost in the noise of the crowd, and the gnome doesn't seem to have heard you.
You know, he wasn't such a bad person once you got to know him.
Yeah, except for that drooling problem, we'd welcome him in Moldavia if he ever came back.
I still wouldn't let him marry my daughter, though.
You don't have a daughter.
Well, that might constitute a major obstacle to marrying her.
Gentlemen, I was dangerously close to being amused this evening.
I'll tell you, I had a great time, a great time!
Laughed so hard I almost lost my lunch.
Now that was an evening of, thank goodness, rare entertainment.
I was okay. I laughed till I stopped.
I'm telling you guys, it was boffo. I even got some of the jokes.
Your voice is lost in the noise of the crowd.
Yeah. I think this is the last time Punnybone shows up. He's gone after this.
You unlock.
Well, it's so long, it's been nice to know you. I like you. I have no taste, but I like you. If you ever make it to Silmaria, look me up. I never forget a friend, especially if he owes me money. But seeing as how it's me that owes you one, I'd better get while the going's good. See ya! Don't take any wooden kopecks! So, everyone, I'll leave you with this story. A man runs up to his doctor and says, "Doc, you gotta help me. I keep thinking I'm a goat." The doctor asked, "How long have you had this delusion?" The guy replied, "Ever since I was a kid." Bada-boom. That just goes to show ya I'm one bad dude. It's been sheer pleasure here, but I'm gonna take it on the lam and just bleed it. Be seeing you.
Again, I'm sorry.
This is not a good... You like... After some rest, after... There is no response to your knock. When you open the door, you find that the room has been cleaned out completely. The room is totally empty.
Okay, now can I get dinner? Thank you.
Dinner tonight is garlic stew with vegetables.
Good evening, Slick.
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you, okay?
Greetings and salutations.
Welcome. Oh, you've done quite a lot in Mordavia, pal.
Yeah, it's a good thing you came here, a good thing.
Yeah, 'cause frankly, we never knew there were that many things to do around here.
I think we've already gone
There
for
are
these.
supposed to be domovoi in most houses in
I am fine, but I do worry about you at times.
Oh, Bella.
I just want to make sure you'll be all right. Don't...
Alright.
They all wave to you in response. You've never seen...
It is very if you wish.
Alright. Is she going to show up
The massive
tonight?
gate to the...
No. Alright. I need to look up when she shows up. Like, Katrina shows up on a few specific days. And that this guide is not helpful. Or else Castle Gates. Okay. I'll try it there.
Death waits beyond those gates, at least for those not tough enough for the challenge. It comes in the form of two slavering necrotors.
Yeah. This is their way of keeping you from getting into the castle at night. You can fight and kill them, though. They are on the harder side of enemies. Well, on the subject. Where are the remaining reef barrows? Reef, reef, reef. Bats. No thanks. Oh, or maybe not. Come on. Such an annoying enemy to fight.
The only effect.
Also, apparently those things are immune to the hide spell. Good to know. I didn't know that.
This would not.
Yeah, I just know how to sleep the morning.
This.
Yeah, no.
After.
Alright, so yes. We need these things. The souls of children.
You carefully place some of the candy on the ground.
Come here, kids. Going in a jar.
You capture a few of the will-o-wisps in a flask.
From here, the squid stone. Under the light of the will-o-wisps.
When you bring the will-o-wisp near the standing stone, glowing runes appear around a six-pointed image. In the center of the runes, you can now see a small hole in the stone.
Alright. Yeah. Gotta use our stone. Dark One sigil.
When you touch the Dark One sign to its image on the squid stone, the sign locks into place in the small hole. The points of the sign seem to point to 6 of the glowing runes.
So gotta spell the Dark One's name. Ah. Vu. Where is the Zol?
As you complete the name of the Dark One, you feel a distant rumble under the earth, as of the earth shifting, or some unimaginably huge creature stirring in its sleep. Part of the squid stone opens to reveal a small compartment. You reach in to find a scroll covered with mysterious runes. The symbol of the senses at the top is the only part that you can make out. You also retrieve the Dark One sign, which pulls loose from the stone with a slurping, sucking sensation. The hole in the stone closes as you remove the sign.
So yeah. We can also
It feels strangely
knock this stone over. An alternate way to get up top there. But anyway, that's done. Let's free the kids.
You release the will-o-wisps back into the swamp.
We got their help, so we don't need them anymore. I think I might have gotten all the wraiths actually then. Huh. Yeah, I guess so. Alright. Well, almost. There's one. That's in this direction. No, not today. Yeah, no, not today, bats.
After some, you are exhausted.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
You cast the protection. You cast your weapon.
So, let's investigate this tomb.
Ligeia's ghost comes forth, and she looks mad. This could turn into a really bad day.
So yeah, it's an optional fight.
Now that you've sent Ligeia's ghost into another realm, nothing of interest remains in this tomb. An inscription on the door says, House of Ligeia Poe. May she rest forever. Your reverse. Your order. Your reverse. Your protect.
Still no Katrina, that's kind of annoying.
You A shiver of cold comes over you. You sense no danger, but even so, you find yourself afraid.
That's what I sent you on.
There is a woman who sorrows, whose heart cannot bear the loss of one so dear. Her child was taken by others, and now exists as an undead. Piranha's staff yet contains one great spell, the trading of one life for another. Rescue the child from the castle, and restore her to life. Heal the sorrow of a grieving mother.
Actually, that reminds me.
You hear the sound of silence.
I know you can eavesdrop on them at one point.
You unlock. You are walking in the land of dreams, searching for something. You sense the nearness of Irana and feel her gentle presence beside you. You turn to her and see tears in her eyes. You feel sorrow and an incredible sense of loss and reach out for her. As the vision resumes, the darkness swallows her, and she is torn from you. You feel her die as she tries to drive the darkness away. The darkness is trapped in the world between worlds. So is Irana. You gradually wake. shaking off the shreds of dreams that cling to your memory.
Alright.
The strangest thing happened. Someone broke into the old monastery and burned the place down. I don't suppose you'd know anything about this. Is it not a coincidence that I smell smoke as you draw near?
I have not bathed in a day.
You describe the evil, the terrible evil you found within the monastery, and how you felt it was necessary to burn the place to the ground so that the evil would not spread.
Perhaps I should learn to value your judgment. It is a good thing the place is destroyed. I keep having this suspicion that you will be getting into even more trouble than you have already. It seems to be your nature. There are rumors that you have entered the monastery before. It was a bad place, and it is good that it is now gone. It looks as if most of the inside was pretty much burned away. It is no great loss to the town and a vast improvement. Good luck.
Aha! Eureka! I have...
You say,
Welcome back, my young... Here you are.
you say,
Be careful out.
Alright.
I have been thinking a bit about that castle on...
You can't do anything with the monastery.
All right, Igor,
Nothing new there.
rest.
What is... What? Fair.
Alright, let's go get our final reading from the camp. Oh, hello there.
You can't... Your weapon. The stream... That didn't... That... You're protect...
Welcome, welcome. What next will this handsome Giorgio ask of us? What more do you need to know that only the gypsies can tell?
You will always...
Give me the reading.
Forgive me, but I cannot get a reading from the cards right now. Each comes up as a void card, the black one. I will let you know when the time is right to read again.
Good hunting.
Okay. Am I missing any of the rituals? Bone, blood, breath, sense, heart. So you got the hangman's tree, got the one from the Wraith, got the one from the swamp, the squid stone, one from the church. Got to spell essence correctly. Oh, right, yeah. The last two are not going to show up until later. Alright, I guess I'll just have to try again. It's like, I don't need to meet Katrina to advance things along, but it is like, you know, plot. Oh, right. Gotta go get my fruit.
Your magical... You get in some climbing practice, but you really you get you 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 get 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 in some
So low. Sounds
after some after some after some you get you 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 get in after some after after some you 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 get you get you get you 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 get you get in you get you get you get you get you get you get in
sun going down.
after some after some you get you 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 get you get you get
Still doesn't show up. What's going on?
you are so after you de you hear move you get a
Good eve. Breathe Velk.
they all you've never
It is that if you
the massive gate to this town is secure.
I'll try to castle again, but I don't see that being a thing.
After some
Not the best, you know. Blue. It's better than blue for night, but it's also
you get in you 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 get you get you get in you are so you hear move you unlock that did after you are exhausted. You hear the sound?
Alright.
You unlock. A shiver.
There is a woman who sorrows, whose heart cannot her child. Piranhas rescue, heal the sorrow.
Alright. I already heard that.
The mass. You dare. The darkness lies sleeping. You say the ancient words of ritual and enter its mouth. You touch its bones and they harden around you. You touch its frozen blood and the blood flows. Everywhere you walk, your life energy seeps into the darkness and the darkness grows. You have entered the heart of darkness.
I don't know if I ever mentioned that the
You wake
dreams
in a
are
cold
optional.
sweat. You remember every detail of the nightmare as though it had really happened to you.
I don't know if I mentioned that the dreams are optional. It's more flavor stuff. I don't think it'll let me, but...
This is...
Yeah, so I thought I can't use... Oh.
That...
I never tried just clicking on the door.
Everything.
Well, don't I feel silly.
Say...
Well, you really should take the time to learn. Here you are. Be careful. Of course, the...
It...
Thank you for returning my great-grandfather's sword. My family honor has at last been restored. Good day today, Paladin.
You tell the Burgermeister he's welcome. He seems to think you're understating the case a little.
I will never be able to thank you enough for giving me back my honor.
You tell the Burgermeister how the sword glowed when you first found it in the Wraith's hoard.
A sword like that is only as magical as its user. You are a most impressive man. I hated my grandfather Pyotr all my life. Now that my hatred is over, my heart is light. I was told that only a paladin could use that sword. I did not believe such a story. Now I know that it is true, and that my grandfather was a true paladin, as are you. I thought I didn't believe in honor. I guess I lied to myself. Honor is something I do value in others, and in myself as well. It has just been hanging on the wall for all these years. I am pleased that someone will make good use of it. My mother's father despised Pyotr and would speak no good of him. I never heard my grandmother speak of him but once. When she was dying, my grandmother called me to her side. She said that I had to believe that Pyotr was a good and honorable man. I thought she was wrong all these years. Good luck.
I forgot to check in with her after I burned down the place.
I heard that
Ah.
someone burned down the old monastery. Isn't it strange how you were seen around that building recently? So,
Tell Olga about what you've been doing in Moldavia.
be sure and keep me informed. I need to know everything that goes on around here. Someone's got to have a clue after all. What would you like to know about? I have heard tell you were seen near the monastery not long after the folks noticed the fire. I'm not saying you did it, but I'm glad you did. And that place was a menace to our town. Dmitri is really a very nice man. It's a shame the nasty things people say about his family. People shouldn't spread such rumors. Dr. Cranium is a very strange man. No one knows what goes on in the back room of his house, except maybe Igor, and he won't talk about it. Someday, the mad doctor will blow us all up with one of those experiments of his. You mark my words. You see, there used to be a very active adventurers guild here in town, but it's been empty and locked up since I can remember. You take care. Don't want to see your funeral. As my lost husband used to say.
Alright, let's see if we can go get a card reading today. If not, I'm going to go head to another place.
Welcome again and forever. You will... Forgive me, but I cannot get a reading from the cards right now.
Alright. So yeah. You may recall a while back we got the keys to this crypt here.
A heavy stone door seals off the Borgov family crypt. A relief carving on the door shows the crest of the House of Borgov.
Yeah. Igor gave us the keys as thanks for saving him. However, I believe we can also just do that.
The crypt door lock yields to the power of your open spell.
Let's go inside.
You are in a dark, dank crypt, filled with bas-relief figures of long-departed knights and statues of the Grim Reaper. Stairs lead back up to the entrance. A brightly colored copy of the Borgov crest adorns part of the floor. Your danger sense tingles slightly as you enter the dark confines of this crypt. Something seems wrong about this relief. You sense danger. Knock, knock. Who's there? Jorg. Jorg who? You're gonna regret it if you open this coffin. This coffin sounds very, very quiet. Maybe even a little too quiet. Watch out, it's a trap!
Yep.
You hear a hollow sound when you knock on the coffin lid. You hear nothing but the hollow echo of your own heartbeat. You have entered into a dark passageway. It twists and curves so that you quickly lose any sense of direction. You feel more than see a dark door at the end of the passage. You open it by touch. You see a coffin cover. You hear a hollow sound.
Let's try this one.
Who's there? Luke. Luke who? Luke out! There may be a wraith behind you. You don't hear anything behind this relief. Inside the coffin is an old skeleton, all that remains of a long-dead knight. The skeleton crumbles to dust under your touch. Nothing now remains of the former resident of this chamber.
I forgot to lose honor for that. Not that it matters. What about this one?
Although this coffin does look like a door, there is no response to your knock. It may be just as well. You can hear faint and distant sounds behind this coffin, but can't make out any details. You can't get the coffin lid open. Examining it carefully, you find a small keyhole hidden in the bas-relief.
Let's check out the colorful thing on the floor. So yes, we have a rainbow of buttons. I forget if there's hints to what this puzzle is anywhere, but it's you need to spell out Borgov with the colors. So blue, orange, red, green, orange, violet. And we get the key.
Spelling out the name Borgov in colors has caused a secret compartment to open in the crest. Inside is a small key which you add to your keyring.
Now, I believe chances are we could probably also just do this.
Your spell should have opened the relief, but it doesn't seem to have had any effect. There's apparently a stronger magic than yours holding the door. You'll need to find the key.
Well, then I guess it's a good thing we got it.
A small key from the crest opens a lock in the relief. You open the coffin lid to reveal a dark passageway leading deep into the mountainside. After following the dark passage for several minutes, you come out into a castle chamber. The bookcase closes behind you, and there is no obvious way to open it again.
So yeah, we're in the castle.
The books all seem to be glued in place. You also can't get the bookshelf to move. If there's a secret passage here, the trigger is somewhere else in the room. The large round... Try as you... You sense no...
Now can we just... Yep.
A small... After following the dark passage... The books...
whatever. Let's... look all around.
You don't see any sign of life or movement beyond the door.
So yeah, this is going to come up a lot. Peeking through the keyhole. Listening to the
Or you
keyhole.
can hear a distant creaks and groans and the beating of your own heart. The door hinges squeak in protest as you open the door.
So yeah, this place is kind of a maze. Also.
You carefully oil the door hinges to prevent revealing squeaks.
A lot of stairs that look like this, going up and down. A lot of empty rooms, too. At least.
You are looking into the castle great hall. The room is eerily lit by flickering flames from a fire, but you can't really make out much else from this angle. You carefully oil the door hinges to prevent revealing squeaks. You put your ear up against the door and...
I oiled you. So yeah.
It's...
This room's gonna be important in a bit.
You feel a strong sense of sorrow and loss. You carefully oil the door hinges to prevent revealing squeaks.
So yeah, a ghost.
It's as white as a sheet. Perhaps it's the ghost of some poor benighted soul who fell to his death while trying to take in the laundry. Your hand passes right through the ethereal spirit. As it does so, you feel a cold chill all the way down to your bones.
So, unlike all the other ghosts in this game, we can't help this one, unfortunately.
Peering through the keyhole, you see no threatening activity on the other side of the door. You put your ear up against the door and listen. You don't hear anything. You shiver as the ghost passes through you. A cold chill remains behind.
Yeah, ghost repeats itself. Hello. A safe.
You take 6 kopecks that you find loose in the cabinet. The cabinet is empty, save for a thick coating of dust. The sprawling castle watches over a lush and prosperous landscape, obviously a fantasy piece. cabinet is empty. The cab...
Alright, well, let's pop her open.
Kablooey! You got the chest open, but set off an explosion in the process. The chest was trapped. You take 15 crowns from a pouch in the safe. The safe also contains several papers and some old clothes, but they have deteriorated with age and are worthless. So you leave them.
The coins are also kind of useless to us, but whatever.
You don't see any sign of life or movement beyond the door. All you can hear are distant creaks and groans and the beating of your own heart. The door hinges squeak in protest as you open the door. You carefully oil the door hinges.
Go. Oil that one too.
You carefully... Peering through the keyhole, you put your ear up against... You carefully... Carefully oil the door's slightly rusty hinges. You don't see any sign of... All you can hear are distant creaks and groans.
So, yeah. A lot of reused elements in this castle.
The cabinet is empty. The cabinet is empty. The cabinet... You carefully oil the door's slightly rusty hinges. You don't see any... All you can hear...
Ah.
The cabinet... The cab... The cab... The cabinet... The cabinet...
Damn.
Care... You carefully... You don't see... All you can hear... You don't... All you can hear...
That's not quite what I want.
You carefully... Through the keyhole, you can see what appears to be a child's bedroom. A large and dangerous-looking, ape-like creature sits near the door. You hear heavy breathing beyond the door. It reminds you of a hibernating bear. You politely knock on the door. Fortunately, there's no response.
God.
The monster doesn't seem to like you letting light into the room. Maybe you would have better luck at night.
Hint, hint. Yeah, there's a few things that happen here at night. And we're not going to be dealing with this during this session, because there's still some other things I want to do.
You carefully... Peering through the key... You put your... This probably isn't at the top of your list of safe places to sleep. After several minutes spent analyzing this piece of furniture, you reach the brilliant conclusion that it must be a bed. Curtains lend a touch of softness to the cold stone walls. There's nothing hidden.
Yeah, this is a dead end. Oh, okay.
Careful. You don't see...
Alright.
All you can hear...
Yeah, this is just down the hall from the Great Hall, I believe.
Door hinges squeak in protest.
Oh, or not.
Stained glass forms a wheel pattern high on the wall. There's something strange about the volumes of Tobin's Spirit Encyclopedia, subtitled To Pass Beyond the Veil, on these shelves.
Ah, right. I don't remember what this puzzle is. Hang on. And this guy doesn't have anything about it. Alright. It's just the same guide. This is not helping. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Spell exit.
There's nothing. You careful. You catch a brief glimpse of the elusive flash of wings on the other side of the door. All you can hear a distant.
So,
You sense danger in the air, flapping on bat-like wings around you.
so yeah, there are some enemy encounters in this place.
You can't.
Namely, batters. We're getting my money's worth for these poison cures.
The only. Peering through the. You are so. You put. After. Those things always. It's a cheap.
What was that? Oh yeah, we are not even barely a third of our weight.
Those. Your the cabin. The cab. The cabin. You can't. You don't see any. All you can hear. You see a portrait of a tall, arrogant-looking nobleman dressed for battle. It's an ash urn. Nothing like a blazing fire. Ashes to ashes and all that, but are you really in such a hurry to go out like a light? Try as you might, you can't get the table to spin. You don't see any. That would be a bad idea. All you can hear you care.
Oh. Ah, yeah. And we've come full circle.
The book.
I believe touch the crest of the top here.
Books.
Or whatever, we'll just do it this way.
The door will not budge. It appears to be magically sealed.
Well, fine, we'll use the key then.
That didn't do.
Not you.
As you shake hands with the Grim Reaper statue, the door at the top of the stairs opens. You quickly make your escape from the deadly crypt.
I forgot we need to shake hands with me.
After some
Yeah, I forgot to get some fruit.
Your after some you get it. You get
Fine, broke 300 on that one. She's not here. Okay, I need to look up what day she's supposed to have shown up.
you def
I vaguely recall it happens. She shows up after like every major story development. So far, she's only shown up once to give us frostbite.
you straight. You hear movement on the up after a few minutes.
Good evening.
Hey, how you...
Greeting. Welcome.
You get up.
Well, you have probably met nearly all the men in town. Well, this may be the time.
They all waved. You unlock. After un... After some rest...
Nope.
You un... After some rest, you are... You hear the... You never...
Yeah, you may notice the Delmavoy hasn't been showing up for a while. So there's a glitch related to him. A game-breaking one. If you don't talk to him before a certain date, you won't be able to talk to him ever. Which is a problem because you need to talk to him to learn about the doll. And otherwise you can't get the doll, and you can't complete the game without bringing the doll to Tanya. But we got the doll, so we're good.
The massive game... You can't...
So, let's have some fun.
A feeling of peace and tranquility fills the area. It'll take a lot. There is nothing you need.
That's about this.
The spell dissipates, as if blocked by magic. The heavy gate blocks access to the castle road. Fortunately, it also blocks the heavy gate. The massive door. Peering through the keyhole, you can see a long, empty hallway leading to the castle's great hall. It's no one answers your...
So yes, another way to get in. We won't be doing that, though. Alright, she's not here.
You You are walking dark halls and you are dying. You know you are trying to find something, but you cannot remember where or what it is. It's cold here, and all your warmth is draining away. You see light ahead of you, a faint ember of what it once was, but you know that this is what you seek. You reach for it but stumble, and the light goes out. The darkness awakens. You wake in a cold sweat. You remember every detail of the nightmare as though it had really happened to you.
Good day again. Good to see.
So nothing new from him.
Take.
It is good to see you again.
You say,
Well, you really should take... Here you are. Be careful. Of course, the real problem.
Alright. On that note, then, I'm going to call it here. So we may actually finish the game. There's not a lot left. Because once we get wrapped up with things in the castle, it's basically a rush to the finish because we got all the rituals. At least all the ones we can get for now. So be sure to tune in for that. And of course, be sure to tune in on Thursday for a new playthrough of something. Don't know what that is yet. I have a poll on my Twitter, twitter.com/DeathMaster's780. In fact, since I'm thinking about it, why don't I just link that? Where are you? Here we are. Your options are Lunacid, Shining Force, Game Boy Remake rather, Neo 2, and Lost Kingdoms 2. So be sure to vote in for that. And that is all. So again, Raid Highwing. Say hi to him. And again, thank you all for watching. Have a good night.